Hey guys, CreamCrazy here. Welcome to my Over the Limit 2012 predictions vid. Good news, this is on Sky Sports. Okay, that's my weird face over with. Also, I tell you this, I'm going into this pay-per-view very underwhelmed. I'm very underwhelmed. One, because Raw hasn't built this up. Simple as this, the show has not been built well, and Raw itself has been taking a steady little decline to go with it. So in a way, like usual, I buy the pay-per-views because I'm interested to watch them to see how the product's doing, and also because you guys want a review out of it. Plus, there have only been 6 matches announced. One of them, the one with technically the biggest amount of history in it, is on the pre-show. Zack Ryder versus Kane. Now, how stupid is that to put that as a pre-show match? Because that should have been a WrestleMania match, despite the fact the injuries would have broken reality up the middle. Yeah, Ryder, I'm looking in your direction. Kane will win that match, no question. Just putting that out there, I'm not reviewing that match. Yeah, I'm not reviewing that match, so kill me if you want to, it's just how I'm going to do things. Right, Truth, the R-Truth, and Kofi Kingston defending the tag team titles against Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger, who will probably have Vicky Guerrero in their corner. Now, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston have not lit this division alight, have they? I mean, seriously, they're good guys in the ring, but they have not done well to make the tag team division must-see. Their opponents, Ziggler and Swagger, are guys who have been a team for ages. They've had their asses kicked by Santino, by Brodus Clay, by people who really should not be getting a win against them. Because in my opinion, a heel tag team should not be treated like shit because they're bad guys. That's where WWE often seems to fail. They believe that the good guys should always win, but the fact is, bad guys have to win sometimes, you know. And I feel that after the shit they've done, it's time for them to be rewarded. Kofi and Truth are probably going to get screwed. I mean, actually, the fact is, I'm thinking Vicky's going to get sent away by Laurinaitis before the match even begins to make some fairness in it. Lord knows. And the fact is that Ziggler and Swagger are 2 former world champions. Well, not in the case of Ziggler, but honestly, these guys need, as a team, to get validity for their work. Because they've been a decent tag team who have done some good stuff. They need to win the titles. And if they don't, I'll be a bit shocked. Simple as that. These guys don't win, I'll be thinking, okay, you're just throwing this team around in circles all the time. You're not actually giving us anything different. Honestly, it's just me being a bit of a sourpuss on that, but it's an annoying thing I have to live with every single time I watch these guys in the ring as a tag team or in singles competition. Okay? Next, we have Layla defending the Divas Championship against Beth Phoenix. Now, Layla becoming world champion, God, Divas champion, sorry, at Beth's expense makes this a relatively decent way to put it on the card because Beth was injured, Layla returned and stole her place, winning the title. Simple. Now, a lot of people are saying, of course, Beth has to demolish this diva, and in all hindsight, we'd all love it. And we want to see Beth go to face Karma. Fact is, that ain't going to happen for 2 reasons. 1, Layla, in my opinion, needs to be over a bit more, and winning against Beth will give her legitimacy for it. She also has just returned from injury and needs to solidify herself. Good idea is making Beth lose, which we'd all... I can see the YWC, the IWC criticising it, but I don't give a shit because it's going to happen that way. The second thing is that we want to avoid the WWE making a title change every single pay-per-view with the Divas Championship, where that pink and silver butterfly-shaped plate on a leather strap becomes a hot potato going from diva to diva to diva. That may, in some people's eyes, grant legitimacy, but for me, it ain't going to do that. There is no way that gives legitimacy to me. Because you need to have a well-fought match in there to as well give legitimacy off. So Layla's going to win, no question. And if Beth does win, I'm thinking they're already setting the bricks in place for Karma, but apparently the WWE have no real plans for her at the minute. So maybe Beth will win and they'll set it up from there. I don't know. But Layla, in my opinion, will win. Simple. Next up, Sheamus defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Daniel Bryan. Now, I'm going back in circles here. I'm going backwards and forwards. I've done this video 4 times today, and the upload has failed that many times. So please note if I'm going wrong, it's just because of that. Sheamus defending the title against Alberto Del Rio, Randy Orton, and Chris Jericho in a fatal 4-way. Now, Sheamus overcame Bryan, that's the reason why I made a mistake, because he's in my little notes here. Beating Bryan was a challenge in itself, wasn't it? And some are wondering, at the point this match was originally made, when it was just Sheamus and Del Rio, how he could take out Del Rio. Because Del Rio and Bryan, very similar. They are light heavyweight with great striking, grappling, aerial and submission abilities. Hard guy to beat at any times. Fact is, Sheamus also has Orton and Jericho in the mix now. That means he's definitely got a mountain to climb, because actually, to be honest, there's probably no other match you would say a champion has a harder way of winning against these guys. It's really difficult. At first, I thought this was a clusterfuck. I really did think this was a complete clusterfuck. They were just putting the guys in there because they had no reason. Then I realised the complete reason why. Daniel Bryan had already won the title match. Jericho and Orton had nothing to do. And so they decided, fuck it. I'll intercept. Then again, Jericho I could see because he goes straight from Raw to SmackDown to make it. Orton, I think he's just wants to do something, really. I mean, he's already done his feud with Kane. What more can he do? I have to say, though, there's one thing that will make this match interesting, just simply on a result point of view. Because everyone in this, I can sense Orton and Jericho won't win. I can sense Del Rio winning because he needs to solidify himself back on SmackDown after the injury he's had and get a title win that he actually, in my honest opinion, deserves. However, the fact is Sheamus will win because if he does, he topples 3 former champions. Big time champions as well. So, doing that will give a lot of legitimacy to his title reign because he won at WrestleMania and we hated on him for it. He won at Extreme Rules, but we respected Daniel Bryan more for carrying Sheamus and putting on a fantastic match in the process. No taking away from it, Sheamus, you did well as well, but we all loved Bryan for doing it. So therefore, it makes me feel that Sheamus is the guy to win, just by a process of elimination. And okay, Jericho has a slim chance in hell, but seriously, he's not going to do it. Sheamus will win. I don't know, easy way to put it. I mean, sure, they could throw a curveball out and someone screws him, but that ain't gonna happen. Simple. Then we get the match that everyone in the YWC, the IWC, just about everybody on the World Wrestling Entertainment Universe is probably saying they want to see. Now, I'm actually probably saying this with a bit of hyperbole, because I don't think everybody wants to see this. I think there's some people who'd love to see Laurinaitis Cena more, but I want to see this match. This is the match I'm watching this pay-per-view for. It's not going to be the main event, but I'm going to watch it anyway. CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. And we finally get to see this match. No interference, no random stipulations, no annoyances to it. We finally, after what these guys put on SmackDown and Raw in February, if that was a taster, we now get to finally see what these guys are capable of in a WWE setting against each other. And now they've been against each other in Ring of Honor, some fantastic material. If they can replicate that, we're on to a good 3.5, 4-star match, probably upwards. And I hope the crowd will eat this up, because I will be eating it up, I can tell you that for sure. Cena Laurinaitis will be the main event. I can sense that from a mile away because Cena is the big guy. So therefore, these guys need to do what they can with the desire to wrestle for the biggest title in their business, to tear the PNC arena to the ground, because they will, I bet. Now, the fact is, Mark P said he's going into this with an open mind, that he believes it'll be a good match, but he's having doubts about it, but all that stuff. The problem I have with this match is I love Punk and Bryan equally. They're very similar in moveset, physique, and general way they go things. They're very fast. They do a lot of stuff. I honestly cannot pick between these two. Now, you know, I have said before, when I don't pick a prediction, I end up rooting for one of them. Like Punk against Cena at Money in the Bank. I didn't put a prediction down, but I at least managed to root for the guy I was going for. The problem with this match, I can't root for one or the other, because this, I just want a good match. I want a match where I can just say, basically, yes, yes, yes. I want to be able to say, Undertaker Triple H has a rival in an actual well-fought match. I want to see that. Because I know these two of my all-time favourites, are going to go at it in the company I've been following for 10 years. How does that work out well for me? It does work out well for me, because I get to see this on a pay-per-view setting. Too bad it's on a B show. Huh? Too bad it is. And not only that, I realised this the other day, because I was watching Raw, that AJ is getting herself involved with Punk. Now, people are saying that it's going to be her getting involved. Now, if that happens, it'll ruin the match for me. I do not want to see it, and for the love of God, if I have to, I will punch the screen. Not the computer, because I need that. I'll punch the TV into, because we all saw at Extreme Rules how good that match was without her in it. We saw, even though she was lurking behind Brian after his little interview, that she didn't get involved, and we saw a 4-star match, in my opinion. Other people's opinions are differing, including Mark Pease, and the British Fists, probably. Lord knows, it was 4-star to me, and that we got a fantastic match, because no sports entertainment bullshit was put in. And if this gets it, then I'm going to be annoyed. Because they could just have AJ running in and choosing her side on Raw the next night or Raw this past week. They could have done that and make sure that, okay, Laurinaitis could ban her from ringside, knowing she could instigate in with one or the other. You know, it could be that, but Lord knows, honestly. Just no prediction from me. I just want a good match. And if it's not a good match, then I'll be a bit shocked. Okay with that? And then finally, we get to what will probably be the main event. John Cena versus John Laurinaitis. Now, a lot of people, including myself, have no idea where this is going for a while. And to be honest, a lot of people have interest in this. I've warmed to this because Cena is in a feud with an authority figure. Now, that's something I have not seen in ages. Now, I can tell you that this is something good for me, because I'm thinking, cool. This is a guy who's seen us in a match with, who's, one, technically retired. So we're thinking, obviously, Laurinaitis is going to be rusty as fuck. Second, he can actually wrestle. He had matches in Japan which were critically lauded. Dave Meltzer even gave a match with Dr. Death Steve Williams, who he was teaming with, a 5-star rating in the early mid-90s. So, doubt it enough. He can wrestle. He just hasn't done it for a while. Third of all, he actually invented what is now the RKO and what was the Diamond Cutter. He invented the cutter. So all you people who go mental over DDP and Randy Orton because of their moves, think back to this guy, because he did it. If you don't believe me, go search that search bar up there. It's there. Not only that, but the final point of this is that Laurinaitis is a guy that some people hate so much that the people will actually get behind Cena. Now, I'm interested to figure out how the crowd's going to react. Are they going to boo both men, or are they going to boo one guy and support the other? That's how the crowds have seemed to work thus far. And I'm thinking, it's something I'll have to wait and see. You know? I'll have to wait and see. But the fact is, we've got these rules in place for this match. Laurinaitis will be fired if he loses. Laurinaitis may not appoint a guest referee. Any WWE employee that interferes will be fired. No wrestlers can represent at ringside either men and stay there. And the only way to win is by pinfall or submission, which effectively means this is no count out, no DQ, which means this is effectively a street fight. Now, I didn't factor this into the equation, but after watching Mark P's predictions, he said that Big Show will interfere. Now, I didn't factor that in at all. But then again, I thought to myself that the ball is in Cena's court unfairly, which makes me think that Mr. Excitement will win. Now, I had two people give me not contrasting opinions, but similar opinions on how the storyline could react after the pay-per-view if Laurinaitis wins. Now that for me is like, I obviously would say this. WWE have made things quite predictable in this case, with all these things in Laurinaitis' corner, making it look like Laurinaitis will obviously overcome the odds. And people are saying that Cena will obviously win it because it's a curveball from that scenario. The fact is, I had two opinions here that managed to come together in the last week, and I really was quite interested by them. I thought, okay, they both could work. MSDC Punk, a guy who I really should talk to more on Skype, gave me this opinion on my Cena divorce vid. I would have Johnny win over the limit and go for the angle that Cena isn't himself and he needs time off. Johnny can attempt to build a new star who he claims will replace Cena at the top of the company, and therefore Cena is no longer needed. After some time off, I think people will be happy to see him come back and might get him over even more when he faces whoever Johnny picks to be his replacement. Decent idea. I mean, I didn't think of it for a start, but a fantastic idea. Fantastic idea. The other idea, which I believe is more likely to happen, was me and a friend on the bus who loves wrestling and actually is a Cena fan. He wants to see Laurinaitis get his ass handed to him. I am actually a Laurinaitis fan in some respects. So I won't be... I'll be 60-40 in Laurinaitis' corner on Sunday. But this is his idea that him and I we were discussing it. He obviously was saying Laurinaitis is going to get his ass kicked. And we were thinking, and I came out with this idea. Laurinaitis wins. Someone will beat down Cena after the match, because obviously the guy like Tensai could come out afterwards and beat the crap out of Cena to teach him a message. Johnny has already fired the Big Show. He will then suspend Cena for personal issues, citing his divorce and his behaviour as of late, and professional issues, such as, well, taking fair shots at Laurinaitis and basically making Laurinaitis look like a twat. When Laurinaitis gets overruled by Triple H, Triple H then rehires Big Show and makes a Cena-Laurinaitis steel cage match at No Way Out to end this feud. How about that? To me, that looks feasible. Those two ideas are very good. They result in Cena taking time off for movies, his injuries, and sorting out his divorce, which is a very painful thing for him. And that makes perfect sense for Laurinaitis to win. Now, I know WWE, like I've said earlier, are going to throw a curveball and have Cena win because he is Superman! Super Cena! The guy everybody loves to see win! Yay! It ain't gonna happen that way, pal. Because I keep doing that segment all the time where I go high-pitched and yaying before just bringing the mood down. But in this case, it actually makes sense, doesn't it? Because seriously, if Cena beats Laurinaitis first time out, it won't give any indication of what's on in the future. We don't know what's going to happen at No Way Out. Will Cena just become number one contender for the title again? No, we don't want to see it. So, just make it so. Laurinaitis will win, and if I'm proven wrong, I'll eat my hat. I don't even... Actually, my hat's somewhere downstairs. But, basically, I'll eat my hat. Because honestly, Cena wins makes no sense at all. Guys, that's my predictions done. I hope you've enjoyed this little prediction vid. And I will say this out here right now. Allman 220, you know what you're going to do. We're going to be on Skype. We're going to be talking about this all night long. And if you want to get involved talking to me about the show, all you need to do, search CreamCrazyWR on Skype. The name is down there in case you can't spell. Also, add me on Facebook via Cream Crazy's Wrestling Rant. It'll also link to my actual Facebook page. We can talk about the stuff going on there. Also, if you haven't already, I appreciate everything. Please click that subscribe button up there. I love your support, guys. Also, we've got a week to go until I do my Q&A. I've got 35 questions, which is more than I had last month, with just about a day to go. So, this is superb. So if you guys keep giving in those questions if you haven't already, I will much appreciate it. I've been Cream Crazy. You've been people watching. This has been my Over the Limit predictions vid, and if you want to put a response or put your predictions, you know where to go. That's that comment section. I will see you Monday for my review, and I hope to God this show is a lot better than it actually is putting itself out to be, because I think you're all believing that. This underwhelming show, hopefully, springs a few little surprises. Ha ha! And I'll see you then. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Cheers.